is out sick and couldn't join me, and I'm out of town this weekend once again with my family, so I won't be able to do the Sunday show. Initially, Joseph was supposed to be doing the show solo this weekend, Sunday, but he's a big pansy. And Joe, I know you're listening, I'm just kidding, but he because he's sick, he's not able to do it, so I figured I'd go ahead and just do an early show and put it out, get it out of the way, so that you guys don't have to be tortured on Sunday with my ramblings. And we'll be back again next Sunday. We have a lot of new and interesting things happening within the next couple of weeks, starting with next week's episode. For example, the time for this show will be extended. Right now, currently as it stands, it's a 45-minute show. We'll be extending that to about an hour and a half, maybe more on occasion if we get into a really good discussion, if we're flowing and really just don't want to stop. We may continue it from time to time beyond an hour and a half, but right now as it stands, we're looking at doing about an hour and a half per episode every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have a lot of special guests that will be joining us either via call-in over the phone or in studio, which is really great and exciting stuff that I'm super psyched about. Just to give you a couple of teasers, one of them will be a great YouTube blogger by the name of Bert Powers. He's got a really great show on YouTube, really short segments, 3 to 5 minutes long typically. So I definitely advise you to go ahead and check that out whenever you get the opportunity on YouTube. And it's YouTube. You can subscribe to his channel at Bert Powers on YouTube. We also have a special guest, a good friend of mine, Dr. Richard Pamonte, and he'll be joining us in studio next weekend for our maiden launch of our hour and a half show to talk about healthcare, alternative medicine, Obamacare, and things of that nature, and all the things that he's witnessing as a medical practitioner. Also we'll have a couple of politicians coming up over the next couple of months, come and join us either in studio or as call-in guests. So a lot of exciting things going on. The show is growing exponentially, so I appreciate and I thank all of our regular listeners who join us every single weekend faithfully, and I thank all of the new listeners for joining as well. And I just ask that you continue to spread the word and get more people to listen and join in and get in on the discussion, so we all can have a conversation, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to affect change if we don't have a discussion, if we don't speak to each other. That's what it's all about. And as long as we do so with mutual respect and we don't just try to scream each other down and insult each other and throw names out and things like that, I think positive things can happen, and I'm really confident about that, especially now because I'm seeing so many people waking up, and I'm seeing so many people that even if they're not fully awake yet or completely disagree, they're still maintaining a certain level of respect and kindness and love. So there's something happening. There really is something genuinely beautiful happening in society, and I think that most people that it's happening to and who are involved in it aren't even aware of it. Some are. A lot of people are. Probably most people are aware of it because they know that what they're about. They know that they're about love. But there's a lot of people who are exuding love, who disagree with each other, that are still disagreeing in kindness and love and mutual respect. It's just a beautiful thing, and I'm witnessing it all around me. And sometimes I'll hear people who don't necessarily follow along the same philosophical or political lines having a discussion and where they completely disagree with each other, but they're doing so with the utmost respect and kindness and mutual respect and love, and it's something that I'm not used to seeing. Not too long ago, anytime anyone would disagree with anyone else in regard, in along the lines of philosophical or political lines, it would just escalate and build and become venomous. It was really disheartening, and I'm seeing that change, and I think probably 50% of that is subconsciously. They're not even aware, and then another 50% are fully aware of it, and it's intentional. Either way, it's a beautiful thing. It's great, and I hope we continue to do that. So I definitely highly encourage discussion. I encourage discussion here on this show as well. For those of you who are new listeners, or even if you're a regular listener, I know I've said it before, but it bears repeating. You can get in touch with us here and have a discussion with us live on air, not necessarily live verbally, but if you go to the website for Spreaker for our show, www.spreaker.com/Let's Talk Freedom, all one word, and you go to our profile and click on the follow tab. You'll be able to follow us live and listen to the show live every weekend. You'll get a notification when we go live or when we broadcast an episode. And when you do so, you'll see a little tab, whether it's through your phone, if you download the app, or if you're just listening through your computer. You'll see a little icon at the bottom of the screen that you can click on and text, I guess instant message is what it would be, and chat with us live. And if you're agreeing with anything that we're saying live, you can let us know, or if you disagree, let us know as well. A really big thing about that we're all about is conversation. As I said before, when I have a discussion, and if you disagree, fine. That's just fine. I won't censor you. I'll read your comments live on air, and I'll respond to it live on air. And if I agree with you, I'll let you know. And if I disagree with you, I'll let you know. And if I disagree with you, I'll challenge you with the information that I have, and I'll welcome a challenge from you with the information that you have. And that's how we have a discussion. As long as we keep respectful, then we can get something done. Because hopefully you'll be open-minded enough to see the information that I'm giving you, and any resources that I have to offer for you to look up the information yourself, and vice versa. I welcome that as well, and that's how we'll affect some kind of real change in this world. Until we start having respectful conversations based on provable facts, nothing's going to change. So, with that being said, moving along, you can also find us online. We do have a website, which is talkfreedom.webs.com. And you can join the website as a member. You can also subscribe to receive updates in regards to new articles or documentaries and so on. And you can also follow us online on Twitter at Talk Free Podcast. That's at Talk Free Podcast on Twitter. And you can also follow us on Facebook, and that's facebook.com/Freedom Talk Now. Again, that's facebook.com/Freedom Talk Now. And go ahead and like our Facebook page as well. We greatly appreciate it. And if you just want to get in touch with me to have a conversation outside of Spreaker, and you don't want to do it live, you can also email me. And that email address is rcancel. Or cancel, that's RCANCEL, the number 41, at gmail.com. And forward any messages, emails that you'd like to that email address, and I'll be more than happy to respond as soon as I can. Okay, well, we've eaten up a lot of time here just doing commercials and promos and things like that, so moving right along. Have a couple of news articles here I'd like to go over, and there's an interesting article here on the Drudge Report in regards to climate change. This report comes from Climate Depot. Summer chill, NOAA or NOAA, 246 low max records broken or tied from September 1st to September 10th. Some records broken by 16 degrees Fahrenheit. 246 low max records broken or tied from September 1st to September 10th, according to the NOAA. A low max means that the maximum temperatures for the day was the lowest it has ever been. This indicates daytime cooling. And if you go there to Drudge Report and click on that article, below is a screen showing location and the biggest difference between old record and new record. The list is just the ones that they could capture in a screenshot. So that's really interesting there, and basically what they're saying is that it's the lowest recorded ever in history for the dates of September 1st to the September 10th. And then kind of dovetailing with that is global warming advocates plan March amid record cold temperatures. So even though there are record cold temperatures this year, you still have the climate change advocates planning marches in support of regulations and so on for climate change. Look, here's my stance on that whole thing, in case you were wondering. So obviously, temperatures change. There's this thing that we have called the sun, and it's really hot. And during certain times of the year, it's hotter than other times of the year. And throughout history, in extreme history, we've had extreme weather changes, long before man was even here. So a lot of global warming advocates love to say that global warming deniers, in air quotes, like to deny global warming. And that's where they end their statement. And they do that intentionally, and that's to confuse anyone who's on the fence and isn't really quite sure either way. I guess technically I would be considered a global warming denier, but it's not because I deny that it gets hotter or colder. What I deny is that humans have anything to do with it. And that's because historically, if you follow historical facts, you can tell that man didn't have anything to do with it. Why? Because man wasn't around a few million years ago. So, I mean, common sense tells you that global warming has nothing to do, humans don't have anything to do with climate change, with the world, with the earth getting hotter or colder, because it's always happened long before humans. Additionally, records show that the earth is not heating up, it's actually cooling. There hasn't been any global temperature increases for the last 19 years. In fact, it's gotten cooler. But the climate change advocates still want to beat the drum that it's that the world's getting hotter. And then when you point out that it's actually cooling, well, then they'll flip the script and say, well, it's cooling because of humans. So when you discount their argument on one end, then they just reverse it, but still blame it on the source that they were blaming in the beginning. Look, my arguments are based on common sense. If you can present something to me that proves otherwise, that's based in logic and common sense, I'm all for it. I'm all ears. I want to hear it. Show me. Prove it to me. Because I can show you proof that the advocates are incorrect. If you can show me proof that they are correct, I welcome it. And if you can prove it to me, I will reverse my stance on air. Because that's what it's all about. That's the point of having discussion. That's the point of affecting change. A lot of people are stuck in their thought process and believe what they want to believe. And even when presented with facts, they'll still hold to They'll still hold to their personal truth, whatever that they believe that truth is. And that's the definition of cognitive dissonance, and that's sadly one thing that this world is suffering from in a big way, is cognitive dissonance. That even when presented with facts contrary to your belief, you'll still hold to that belief. When you're shown proof, because people are so brainwashed and been raised to believe these things, whatever it may be. And they hold to it like the gospel. And